All right, apes, jack in. Welcome back to the terminal. Tonight, we're running a deep diagnostic on let's call it, a persistent glitch in the system. AMC Entertainment. Yeah, the signal is noisy, the FUD is thick, but we're about to cut right through all that static and isolate the source code of this whole operation. Let's get into it.
So we're kicking things off with some intercepted comms. This is an anonymous confession from someone deep inside the machine. You gotta understand, this isn't just a market we're looking at, it's a battlefield. And what you're seeing right here, this is the enemy's battle plan, leaked from the inside. This quote, this is our entry point into the rabbit hole.
Okay, let's lay out the central paradox here. The market is supposed to reflect reality, right? Well, with AMC, it feels like two parallel universes are just smashing into each other. You've got the official story, the one the suits are blasting on every channel, and then you have the ape conviction. Two totally different realities for the exact same stock. How does that work?
And this number right here, this is the heart of the official story. A negative $7.6 billion in net profits over the last 5 years. This is the data point they just repeat over and over again. Their whole argument is simple. The company is bleeding cash. End of story. Case closed.
And then, to really drive it home, they hit you with this one. $9.8 billion in debt and liabilities. I mean, on paper, it's a pretty grim picture. This is their fundamental argument. It's the one-two punch that's designed to make any, rational investor just run for the hills.
So here's that disconnect, plain as day. On the left, you've got the official story. Billions in losses, mountains of debt. A rational investor, they'd be gone. But on the right, you see the ape reality. And they're not just seeing a 98% drop. They see a coiled spring. They see a company with a publicly reported short interest is just stubbornly high. That suggests a massive bet against it that could, spectacularly backfire. For them, this isn't about fundamentals anymore. It's about market mechanics. And that right there, that is the key variable we're about to dissect.
And that really is the central question of this entire explainer. How can these two realities possibly coexist? Is the retail crowd just some kind of cult, totally detached from reality? Or is there something else going on? Some kind of hidden force that's warping the perception of reality? A ghost in the machine? Well, let's find it.
Okay, so now we're shifting gears. We're moving from financial analysis to counterintelligence. Because that confession we opened with, that wasn't just some random comment. That was a leaked battle plan. This is the playbook for the information war that's being fought every single day in every Reddit thread, every Discord server, and every Twitter feed.
The source of this intel claims to be an operative who worked in what they called a digital boiler room. Apparently, it was in a WeWork in Lower Manhattan. And their job? Manipulate sentiment around stocks like AMC so their rich clients could scoop up shares at a discount. Now look, this isn't speculation. This is an insider's account of how the whole operation works. And you need to understand this is not just random trolling. No way. It's a structured campaign. At the very top, you've got the architects. These guys create the sophisticated, polished, fake research and the hit pieces. Then below them, you have the serpents. And these guys, in my opinion, are the most dangerous. They pose as concerned holders, and they're just there to subtly plant seeds of doubt. And then at the bottom, you have the disruptors, the grunts who just spam, mock, and derail any real conversation. And get this, they have specific rules of engagement. They're literally trained to ridicule, but never to show rage, because anger just kills your credibility. They ask these leading questions, stuff like, well, why would insiders sell if it's so bullish? Just to undermine your confidence without making a direct claim they'd have to defend. And they use memes, strategically, to make genuine believers look unhinged. It is classic psychological warfare. So let's be perfectly clear about this. The confusion, the infighting, the endless arguments you see online, none of it is organic. It is not a bug. It is a feature. It is a manufactured glitch in the system, a coordinated campaign that is designed to make you doubt what you see with your own two eyes.
So, while this entire digital war is being fought down in the trenches over AMC, you gotta ask a key question. Are the generals even on the battlefield? Let's just pull back for a second from all the FUD and static and see what the so-called smart money is actually doing with their capital. We're gonna scan their universe.
So this chart is based on data from Dataroma. It tracks the portfolios of 81 of the world's top investors. Now, just look at their top holdings. You see Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta. What don't you see? Do you see AMC? Do you see GameStop? Nope. They are not even on the radar. They are completely absent from the main game the big dogs are playing. And this just lays bare the two separate games being played. The suits, they're playing chess, quietly compounding their wealth in boring, blue-chip megacaps. Meanwhile, the apes are in a 24/7 psychological knife fight over a handful of heavily shorted tickers. It's not even the same sport.
And there it is. We found it. We found the ghost in the machine. The real threat here isn't just a hedge fund with a short position. I mean, that's just the market. The real threat is a funded psychological operation specifically designed to weaponize your own emotions against you and to shake you out of your position.
Okay, so we've seen their playbook, we know their tactics, so what's the countermove? How does retail fight back in what is basically an asymmetric information war? Well, this is all about the ape advantage.
Right, this is where a meme becomes a really potent defensive strategy. Diamond Hands isn't just some rallying cry. It's a protocol for neutralizing psychological warfare. By refusing to sell based on manufactured FUD, you make their primary weapon completely useless. But the ape advantage goes even deeper. It's about collective due diligence. You know, apes digging into SEC filings, tracking options data for weird activity, and identifying other heavily shorted stocks that might be getting hit with the same playbook. It's about transforming a mob into a decentralized hedge fund. They can't shake you out if you've done the homework and you just refuse to be shaken.
And now, of course, for the legal guardrail. Look, none of this is financial advice. This is just educational banter and pure speculation. The market is a casino, and yeah, the house usually wins. We're just here pointing out the marked cards and trying to expose the code behind the game.
We are watching this chart like a hawk. While you wait for the next candle, go ahead and grab your free gear. Sign up for Public to get $20 in free assets, check Webull for that BTC promo, or grab your NVIDIA stock on Moomoo. All the links are in the description. Smash the like, subscribe to the tribe, Apes Together Strong.
So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. We've just downloaded their entire playbook. You've seen the hierarchy, you've seen the tactics, the rules of engagement, the whole shebang. So the question is, if you know exactly how the trick is done, can the magician still fool you? Think about it. Stay strong, and I will see you on the next Data Dive.